Cool. So we'll just get into it then. One of the first things we should.
What up,
probably...
gamers? Welcome to the Penis Podcast, the only place you can find penis. Yeah, we're saying it.
We're not afraid to say what you've been thinking.
The media
Woke
has been
America,
trying to suppress
watch
us.
out. I guess the first thing we should probably say is like who we are, right? Because we're complete unknowns.
I'm Hayden.
Stop. I don't want to name drop my last name on here. All right.
I feel like there maybe should have been a little more preamble.
Yeah, maybe. This is just gonna be a long start to the audio file.
All right, what is the name of the podcast?
Natural Tears.
Natural Tears.
This is the Natural Tears podcast. It's a reference to. I heard you take a breath. I heard you take a big breath.
Yeah, I was gonna do. What up, gamers? Welcome to the Natural Tears Podcast, the only podcast where you can find LPC references. Bill Cosby.
No, he's not here. We don't have him. We don't know where he is. We're not harboring him. I don't want him associated. The LPC thing is right there. He's
true. Locked in my basement.
So,
okay.
Do you want to give the explanation on who LPC is and why they mean so much to us that we would stake our podcast's only name on it?
I suppose that's a fair amount of context in which we could provide.
Yeah, I think we should definitely make sure we pay respect to the man who has brought us infinite amount of laughter.
Longmont Potion Castle is a prank call connoisseur based out of Colorado, in which he's been active for 25 years or more. Can you confirm? Yeah, he's been working
since, I want to say 84.
Since the early 80s. He's been chiming people's phone lines, from places such as bookstores, GameStops, to people like Alex Trebek and the who's the guy who played Venom Snake?
Are you talking about the guy who played Venom? Because I don't think he called Tom Hardy or what's his name from that 70s show, Topher Grace.
Venom Snake.
I have no clue. I know he called Eddie Money.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland played Venom Snake?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
That's why Venom Snake had like 3 voice lines total.
Yeah, because Kiefer passed away. Rest in peace to Kiefer Sutherland. Rest in peace to Alex Trebek. Basically, if you get a phone call from Longmont Potion Castle, you need to be going to the doctor more often because the end is in store for you, basically.
His key trademarks as a prank caller is voice modulation. He uses a ton of audio editing software that musicians use, and he fucks with his voice. And he has a specific connotation in the way that he says things, that his phrases that he uses and the names that he comes up with that are nothing short of memorable.
That's true. I think it's pretty rare that I ever say charge without saying charge because of the Swamp Donkey video. Which that's the other thing is I was introduced to LPC through, I think it's Brian Kapari's animations that he did on YouTube, and he did them for some of the best LPC content. And then from there, we've just been ingesting it for years and years. Like I want to say, undoubtedly, I think 5 years, right, and maybe longer. We've been listening to LPC.
Somewhere along there, you showed it to me back then. And yeah, I would say B Capri.
Yeah.
Caprari. B Caprari on YouTube. Look up Longmont Potion Castle. You can just type in LPC animated, they come up. This is required viewing material if you want to continue listening to this podcast. You have to listen to Turtle Pleasure. You have to listen to Nash and Molecular Lionel. These are required viewing.
Required. And Swamp Donkey and Golf Wolf?
Golf Wolf. If you want to go out there, you want to get a little out there, you watch Clown Motel.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
listen
sir.
to Bruschatti.
Mm-hmm.
This list is getting a little long. Let's
Yeah,
let's
could
run
think
it
of
back.
3 more that I could throw out there right now.
the
but
point
I'm not gonna.
the reason that we can keep going on about this is a testament to his prowess.
He's a
and-
legitimate master. There's no joke about that.
And he is so underground. So
Yeah.
underground. I've only ever encountered, outside of the Longmont Potion communities, I've only encountered once somebody who knew who LPC was, and I think it was on TF2.
Oh yeah, I have never been so lucky. I think I've only just been the person exposing my friends to it, and I've never been the person that's been like blindsided with it. You know, no one's ever approached me with LPC, but that's okay. You know, I'm happy. We were talking about how long we've been listening to LPC, and I realized that I wanted to talk about how long we've known each other, and then I doubly realized that there has been no introduction on the record up to this point
Well,
of who we are.
we've been, let's see, we've known each other since 2017. We've been dating for about 2 years. So,
Yeah. Life partners, really, for 2 years.
this is a heterosexual podcast with 2 lovers.
Yeah. It's
And-
important that heterosexual men know that you can have a love so deep for another man that it's not even gay. It's something special. It's something beautiful. It's something outside of the LGBTQ community, yet deeply entwined. At
This
the same time.
surpasses any possible labels that we've created yet. These are
That's exactly. Yeah.
new concepts that have yet to be defined.
That is absolutely what I'm trying to say.
It's not
Yes.
sexual, it's not romantic, but at the same time, it's
not
romantic
asexual.
and it's very sexual.
It's not asexual, that's for sure.
Not asexual. We are not sending penis pictures.
Don't go through our phones. You won't find them.
Don't check my hard drive. There's not any penis pictures. Don't look.
Don't check my Seagate Barracuda 2 terabyte with the piece of masking tape and with Sharpie on it that says penis pics. Don't check it.
Do not check my Sony 980 MVMD M.2 SSD in the second port slot. Don't check that. Don't look at the folder titled Hayden's Penis on the root drive. Don't look at there. All right.
Yeah, so that reminds me. So we just threw my name out there. So
Fuck!
yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
I live at 308 Negro Arroyo Lane.
Oh,
Walter
man. Okay.
Hartwell White.
Before we keep rambling, because like this is 10 minutes in at this point, at least on the recording that I have. So we're lucky if anyone stuck around after we haven't introduced ourselves. But my name is Hayden. I'm a West Coast native, and
If you
I've
could
been
call it
playing-
that.
yeah, if you could call it that. I mean, I know a lot of people who call where I'm from the West Coast, but
There's not
I
a
think
lick
I'm
of the ocean that touches this state, so.
It's true. It's true.
But, you know, he is a horrible, disgusting lefty, so.
yeah,
know, there's that.
exactly. Yeah, you might as well send me to California.
The
'Cause,
People's
that's where I
Republic
belong.
of Arizona is what we call it.
I wonder if I'm gonna bleep that in the. I wonder if I'm gonna bleep that in.
You know
in
what
the
your state
playback.
is? It too far?
I don't know. I worry. You know,
You
you
know-
never know. Like, what if we get one guy who's really into the podcast, like right after episode 1, and then we have to stop doing the podcast because I start getting like shit mailed to me. Like I start getting like bags of like dead roaches mailed to me. You know, like I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I
Yeah.
said that, I worry that it's gonna happen in the future. But I'll pray every night
Well,
from here on out.
If
that it
you
doesn't.
don't want to find Hayden, don't go to the Holiday Inn Express in Tampa, Florida, because he's not there.
I haven't been for a long time. Not since I made that incident at the Continental Breakfast. They told me not to come back.
It stopped being continental after that day.
It was a segregated breakfast, and I had to sit in like a baby play cage in the corner. because I was causing too much of a ruckus. So we got out who I am. Do you have any?
This is Hayden. He's 6'3", 130 pounds.
and that's with wearing clothes and like shoes and everything. By the way.
3 inches soft, 2 inches hard.
Oh, don't say that. When are you gonna talk about
the people
yourself?
deserve to know.
People deserve to know about you.
That's so fucking. Here's a picture of me. It's on screen. Just take a good look. Turn the lights up bright, and just really get an eyeful of that.
I can't wait for however long we do this, for all the times that you're gonna be like, oh, it's on screen, and then I have to do it. Like every single time you do that, it's probably gonna be me putting it on there.
It's okay. You edit the odds. I'll edit the evens. Simple as that. And there'll be a drastic difference in the way we edit the podcast.
Yeah, episodes 1 and 3 and 5 and 7 and 9, like no one's gonna be watching them. They're just gonna be waiting for all the even numbers to come out.
Hayden, can you put a picture of Christina Applegate on screen?
We'll clap for her. Yeah. Thank you, Christina. Oh man. Do you want to tell anyone who you are?
My name is. Some shady. My name is Alex.
There we go.
I live in Washington.
Okay.
This will come up many times.
If you're willing to put yourself out like that, I'll put myself out like that. I'll put myself out there in the ether.
You should say the name of your company.
No. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's not necessary.
You should name drop exactly who owns your company and their relation to you.
So
it's Mr. Sutherland.
Yeah, it's Kiefer Sutherland. And I don't like talking
Aiden's last
about
name
it.
is Sutherland. Okay, it's
Yeah.
like a prodigy, like, inherited situation. He actually doesn't really like talking about it, but I
really
feel like
don't.
the audience does deserve to know.
That's why I lied about not knowing who voices Venom Snake, because it's painful for me to remember. When I see the number 24, I break down in tears.
And after LPC called your father, he wasn't the same after that.
That was my exposure to LPC. He called the landline, and LPC didn't record this bit because I was just a wee lad. But I picked up and I said hello, and he said, "Oh shit!" He hung up real quick because LPC doesn't want the blood of minors on his hands. Because as we already know, he kills anyone he calls.
It was a canon event that he didn't want to disrupt.
I have beef with that terminology, but that's mostly just because of. Wait for what?
I'm 6'4", 180 pounds.
Yep.
Most of that is muscle.
That's true. In the legs.
I like White Monster, bagels, and having sex.
I didn't know we were gonna do interests. Should I talk about my interests?
I don't even know who you are. And the payment from Fiverr hasn't even come through yet. So I was gonna ask about that after, but
I told you we record them in batches of 5, and that's when you get your money. And you don't bring
okay,
it
so
up
the
when
3
we're on.
outtakes, that means nothing against the count?
Yeah,
you just
because I pay you for efficiency, not for errors.
You need to fix your attitude as soon as possible.
You need to fix your pricing model, because if I remember correctly, it was your agent who allowed me to price you like this. And don't they get 20% anyways? So
It's 15%. Okay, my agent works cheap because I also got him off Fiverr.
I wonder if you could run a Fortune 500 company of people that were just hired off of Fiverr.
It's called DoorDash.
You think the executives just have the DoorDash app on their phone and they get a little ping. Their boss is like, "Oh hey, delivery to Mr. Johnson's office," and you walk in there and he's like, "We gotta talk about this earnings report. This is not good." it turns out none of you guys have been filling out your taxes properly because we're just paying you in $5 bills.
Fiverr's been taking 20% off of every $5 bill. Yeah, this shit is
Fiverr.
rough. No wonder we're billions in debt.
Fiverr is the Fortune 500 company that's run by people. through
60% of the economy goes through Fiverr. All right,
That's how Biden gets his check.
that's how he gets off.
What were you throwing it all right in there for? Are you hoping to segue off of talking about Fiverr for the next 50 minutes?
I wanted to sling it back to canon events as you had a hot take that we can put in the title. MM Orange doesn't think that Spider-Man is any good. Spider-Man is actually bad.
You know that's not true. No, so I guess one of the things that got glossed over when I was introducing myself is my interests. And there's a lot, and I can't name them all, but one of my most intense interests is comic books. And I'm not one of those guys who can recite everything from memory. I know a pretty good amount, and I'm passionate about them, but I do too many other things to get super into them. However, I just had beef with the new movie calling them canon events, but I don't think it's because of the writing or the way that they staged that term, but it's more so that the community that embraced the film has no idea, or seems to have no idea, what canon event actually means. I'm blanking on the word, but basically the interpreted meaning of canon event, I think, went way over a lot of people's heads. So then it became frustrating hearing it, you know?
I mean, what
Is
do you...
Is that a white monster?
It's a... put this on screen. It's a Bing Black. That's blackberry juice. Bing. It's like a tea ginseng beverage. You get it at Winco for like $1.89.
Oh, shout out to Winco.
Shout out to Winco. Put that on screen. Put that on screen.
With little fireworks.
That's enough about Winco.
That's enough about Winco. Get it off the screen.
Get those
Throw
affordable prices off my screen.
Yeah, throw it
Get those
in the
good
dumpster.
employee-owned 24-hour business serving wholesale groceries at affordable costs. Get that off my fucking screen.
Yeah, disgusting.
I thought that the canon events I thought it was cute because obviously I heard canon. Everybody talks about canon, Tumblr, fucking
Yep.
archive
Head
of
canon.
our own shit.
Yep.
I was like, okay, they put it in universe, in lore, in this quadrillion-dollar franchise that that they have decided which things are canon, and that it was the best thing they could have done, honestly, when it comes to this horrible trend of multiverse shit on everything.
Yeah.
In terms of the Spider-Man and explaining, how there can be quadrillions of Spider-Man stories in reality, like comic book iterations as well as like games and shit,
Yeah.
is by
And-
making all these things exist, but these story beats that get reused over and over are intrinsic to the design of the character.
Yeah.
But I was wondering what you mean by misinterpreting. What are people? Do you think people are just like taking the idea and running with it without understanding it?
I think a lot of people are equating a quote-unquote canon event to trauma. Like, they're just saying, like, oh yeah, any trauma is a canon event. And it's like, well, that's clearly not true.
When mom
'Cause,
makes me do my homework, that's a canon event.
That's permanently shifted the course of my life. And it's going to lead me to the League of Alexes. Do you
Don't
think
go
you're
in
the
there.
coolest multiversal Alex? Do you think that you're at the top of the game?
God, no. I think there's several iterations that would be far superior than who I am, but I'm like up there. Like I'm probably like, tier list S to F. I'm probably like B plus.
Okay.
What
I'd
about
like
you?
to rank myself
You think
pretty
you've
high.
peaked?
I think I'm entering a period in my life where I can be more proud of myself. So I already feel like I can rank myself like at least above a C, but I don't know if I've peaked yet. like professionally in my life, I'm not necessarily doing what I want to do, but like romantically, I'm very happy where I am. I think we both are. And this is talking about our very real significant others, and we're not talking about each other. At least
His
I'm
name's
not.
Hayden.
This is a good bit. I like just the idea of this being a lovers. This could be a couple podcast. We could market this as a couples podcast.
If you feel like you need couples therapy in your life, don't pay the therapist. Pay us.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/natural tears. All right, we got 3 tiers. We got $5, $10, 15. Go ahead and just get the 15. All right, if your relationship isn't worth $15, get that shit out of here. What the fuck?
If you're not willing to spend $15 weekly, because that's how we have our Patreon charges set up. If you're not willing to spend $15 weekly on your relationship, I'll give you some free advice right now. Take off the ring, stomp it right in the ground.
Jump up and down.
Yep, and get out of here. And come back with someone who you can look at our Patreon screen with, and you can say, "Babe, I think we're ready to sub to tier 3."
I think we're ready to go to third base.
Yeah, which is what our 3rd tier Patreon is called.
Yeah.
The reward is that we save your relationship. That's the only listed tier, and you may think that's kind of vague, but we're not out here giving away secrets. Okay, we're giving away lifelong partnerships, like what we found in each other.
You think the government just tells you how they work their magic? No, and we won't either.
Exactly. Why do you think you don't learn how to pay taxes in school? That's a trade secret.
You only learn that shit when you're ready. My God, you are not ready.
When the IRS deems you're ready and they send you a giant invoice for all of your taxes. They audit the hell out of you.
It's a canon event. It's a rite of passage.
I was going to say it's like getting a Hogwarts letter. When you get a letter from the IRS that says, urgent, please read, audit. That's how you know you're ready for your taxes.
It's the Willy Wonka, who up wonking the Willy golden ticket.
If you get a letter from the IRS, you should do what Uncle Dursley does, and you should incinerate it and wait for them to bring another one, because it's a test.
I was gonna say that I think professionally, I think that the front line of Burger King is a very honorable place to be. And I really respect your work, and I really understand how much you need that, and how much it needs you.
Yeah, I'm getting so sick of grinding the monkey meat. I'm okay with saying it on the podcast. It's all simian meat, and sometimes
it's gamey. It's a lot of cartilage.
Yeah.
But the sausage is made, and we can't, without our brave soldiers such as Hayden on the front lines, we can't. You can't get 10-piece nuggets for $149 without it.
It's honestly giving me PTSD though. Like, I played Ascension on Black Ops 3 last night with one of our friends. Round 29, by the way. That's a personal best for me because I'm not good at zombies. But those monkey screams, it just took me right back to my 9 to 5. Because I can hear the monkeys screaming in the grinder. Which is the
last thing you want to think about when you're in Black Ops 3.
Yeah. I had double packed my P90. I double packed my AK. I was going off, and I heard the monkey screams, and it was rough. Should we? I'm just now realizing that if we're not careful, this whole podcast is going to be an hour's worth of bits, of just us not actually having any real conversation, us just lying about everything that we do and who we are, and I don't know if that's good for a podcast.
We learn from the best.
And we can't say who we learned from.
Oh, hell no.
Because we're trying to fill their spot.
We are attempting to replace people that have left. This is completely honest. We are trying to capture that market.
We very much are. We
are in it for the money. Okay. I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up.
YouTube's gonna flag that phrase.
All right. Topic.
So, I mean, we kind of got into the first topic. Alex, well, really, I wrote down a bunch of topics, and Alex said, do we really need to use these horrible fucking topics? And I said,
That's not
only
what
if
I
it makes
said.
sense. It's just not what he said. But we kind of brushed on the first one already, which is why are we doing this? And we, because of the pace at which we started doing this, I don't think we've identified our individual reasons. So I kind of want you to go first and say why you're doing this, why you're doing it personally.
I am the last remaining performance artist. Leonardo, Da Vinci, they're all dead. Who remains? Me.
Yeah.
I exist to perform. And perform I shall.
And you do a damn good job. So, I mean, what more can be said, really? You want to kick it over to me? Or? Okay,
I want
ahead.
Game Grumps to be my opening act.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a tall order.
I'm going to make Aaron Hansen my bitch.
What if in 10 years' time we get absorbed by the Game Grumps and they play that clip daily while they're flogging you?
I will know that I've achieved success.
Who's bitch, Alex? Whoopsh, whoopsh.
His wig falls off.
Yeah. You look to your left and there's a skeleton hanging by the cuffs on the wall, and there's a nameplate above the skeleton that says John Jafari. I love the Game Grumps.
There's a conjoined skeleton. It says Matt and Ryan.
Oh no. I bet they probably did have like a cat dog situation going on, you know?
Have you ever seen both of them on camera at the same time? I thought not.
I mean, their videos had some very good editing. So, you know, I've seen the Japan vlogs, but I mean, you know, who's to say those aren't fake legs? Those are probably fake legs.
Fake hands, fake legs. I mean, Game Grumps has a prop studio, so
Exactly.
just follow the money.
It's the only way that they managed to keep Danny's wig on. Is by having the dedicated prop studio. So
They had staff working 24/7. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just
Why do
imagining-
you do the podcast? Why do you do that podcast?
Why do I do it? I want to do something.
Why are you up my ass every single day
Yeah, it's
asking me
important.
to do this shit?
It's important for everyone to know that may or may not be listening that I think I maybe sent Alex upwards of a dozen texts today in order to determine whether or not we are good to go. I was playing Counter-Strike, the new Counter-Strike 2, with a couple of friends, and I had Discord open in the other monitor, just waiting for his response. But me doing this podcast, I just want to do something I'm passionate about. I've known Alex for a very long time. I do consider him my best friend, and and I think that we've always seen eye to eye on the things that are most important, and we've been able to peacefully disagree on things that aren't as important. And I guess it just hit me that might be entertaining for people. Not to mention we do have people that will sit in our Discord calls for hours and hours and not say anything and just listen to us. And hey, listen, if you're listening to this right now, I'm talking about you. I just sent you the link. So this is a personalized shout out to the people I sent the link to.
If you see that link in your DMs from MM Orange, just know that this is for you.
It's for you. Yep.
We're
So-
thinking about you, and we really think you should get a tier 3 subscription. I know it's weekly, but it's really worth it.
Even if you're single, I cannot tell you how impactful it is to show up on that first date and say, I have the Natural Tears third base Patreon subscription. And that's how I know this is going to work out between us. And then they say, I just came here to give you the breadsticks, and I'd really like you to stop touching my thigh, please.
When you go to school, you're not already an applied mathematician. You train to be that shit, and that's what
Exactly.
that's what the Patreon's gonna help with.
Yeah,
Okay.
Not only are we a couples podcast, but we're also like one of those like alpha male how to talk to. No, actually, I don't even want to make a joke about that.
How to
I don't-
talk to men.
Yeah, there should be a podcast of men teaching other men how to talk to men, because let's face it, like we are at a crossroads where either we're gonna keep going, like we're gonna keep getting like really really flirty with each other, because that's definitely been on the uptick for the past 10 years, or we're gonna get like insanely like violent, because that's also been on the uptick for the past 10 years. So we gotta choose which way we want to go, because this is integral to the the survival of the male species.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was too big. I made that too big.
We are under attack.
By ourselves. It's a real civil war situation. Nobody wins. Oh man. So yeah. So that's our motivation. That and when that Payday 3 microtransaction comes out, I want to be able to pay for it with my natural tears money.
Yeah, when I get to buy the Dallas mask, but instead it's blue, and it costs
blue.
1,600 Payday credits, equating to $20 USD.
Yeah.
Or $60 Swedish kroner.
Yeah. Kramer. The Swedish Kramer.
The Seinfeld Payday 3 DLC is going to be huge, and I need the funds. I've set up a GoFundMe.
Oh man.
Put this on screen to my GoFundMe. If you could just sub to that, support that, big help.
I'm gonna make you make the mock-up for the GoFundMe, and if you don't make it, I'm just gonna put a picture of sad Drake.
I'm just gonna copy that picture that's like, help me get Fortnite Battle Pass, and it's like $1 funded out of 10 million.
Wait, they asked for 10 million?
Yeah.
It's too low. It's too low for the Battle Pass. Oh.
Dude, Payday 3. Holy shit.
Oh my god. So
Hayden was out there on the front lines. He was channeling chakras. He was talking to psychics. Okay, he was only using Mewtwo when I tried to play Smash with him, and he fucking guessed the Payday 3 release date.
I did.
Of September 18th, 2023. You can check the records.
Yep.
All right, we got the timestamps. We got the dates. It's all locked in there.
It's all over my Twitter. It is.
And
there was a period of time where my only tweets I were making that weren't likes and retweets were just me talking about Payday 3.
Almir Listo, the PR head for Starbreeze, he was sweating fucking bullets when he got his shit leaked.
Yep.
And
so,
let's just say that may have been a mistake.
Yeah. So what Alex is saying is 100% true. I didn't know the release date. It's just we entered 2023, and the Payday team had declared that it was the year of Payday 3, and that it was going to come out. Which Alex and I are longtime Payday fans. So Alex, when they said they were like, yeah, it's going to come out in 2023, what's the first thing you thought?
I was like, no, that's not.
Yeah.
That shit's getting pushed. There's no way.
Exactly.
I believe it said it was either like Q2 2023 or it said summer 2023, and I was like, no shot they're gonna make a Christmas release. That was not happening, because Overkill are god awful at making shit come out when it's supposed to, and when shit comes out, it's usually broken at hell. So
yeah,
I was thinking that they were gonna push that.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was the inception of my whole release date guessing, because I thought to myself, if they do come out this year, there's no way that they're doing it before June. Like, there's just no way. Because we had nothing entering 2023. So I thought to myself, maybe they'll go and try and slip it in before fall. That way it's been out for a while, and people will buy it when the holiday rolls around, and they have a little bit of spending cash from Nana and Peepaw in Wisconsin. They send it by mail. Hee-haw. Can we get an LPC?
Sha-na-na.
Ding! Get a little LPC reference. Ding! 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 I threw it out there, and it was originally an internal joke. I said, yeah, it's going to come out September 18th. I said it very matter-of-factly to drive home the fact that I didn't know what I was talking about. I was just making a guess. And then that bled into a Twitter running joke where we would go into the comments section of Payday posts on Twitter, and we would say, "So excited for Payday 3, September 18th, 2023."
I grew up watching people that loved to gaslight, and I love to gaslight. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can both support my friend and contribute to some soft gaslighting by making people excited for Payday start to believe that this date would even come true. And if I'm honest, I didn't believe Hayden at all. I thought he was missing. I was like, yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, whatever. You know, it's a good bit. I'll go along with it. But so catch me in the replies of Payday tweets and Payday discussion. Catch me in Counter-Strike lobbies and Call of Duty lobbies going, hey guys, who's excited for Payday 3 dropping September 18th? Check it out.
I would join Deep Rock Galactic lobbies while high, and I would type in chat, who's excited for Payday 3? And I literally felt like a Jehovah's Witness going door to door because I was converting people. There were people who were like, I never played Payday 2, and I like right out of the gate. I'm a fast typist, so right out of the gate, drop what I'm doing. I'm not shooting any more aliens. Type in the chat like, oh, you're gonna love it. Just it's $40 for a AAA release. What kind of deal can you get like that in 2023? Buy the game.
Go ahead and rev up your Starbreeze Nebula account. You're gonna need that shit made by the time it drops, September 18th, 2023.
Man. Starbreeze Nebula. What a genius integration for a sequel that people have been waiting for some people have been waiting for a decade. Because I mean, some people Payday 2 came out and they were like, nah, this ain't it. Hit me with that next one. Let me know when the next one comes out.
Yo, catch me on the next one. I'll just take the next one.
So, oh man, I really just lose my train of thought. Wow.
Starbreeze Nebula.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. See, that's why I can't do this podcast by myself. That's why I reluctantly hired Alex off of Fiverr.
That's why I reluctantly accepted. You look desperate.
Well, listen, when you have your Fiverr status set to Walter White impersonator, and it's like everyone's on that Better Call Saul, like you need to adapt. You don't. You're not selling
Work
yourself.
does not come easy. I'll tell you that much.
And then you get on the Cameo and you have a full head of hair and you don't even wear any glasses. You just get on the video Cameo and you do the voice. It's like people aren't gonna buy that for their college roommate. So Starbreeze Nebula, which was, I gotta say, in all of my Nostradamus-esque prediction, I did not predict that the online services that they had been pushing and advertising and they had sign-up goals for, and they were like allowing people to pre-register, like you'd think it would be so easy. But
and to be fair, it was okay easy to like sign up. It's just like all the other fucking AAA releases with their own launchers, fucking Battle.net, fucking EA, fucking Ubisoft Plus. You make an account, you use an email that you're never gonna use again, and you know it gets on there. You play the game. Thankfully, when they launched it for Payday 2, they had some incentives. They gave you some mask that a poor intern worked on that was never gonna be released.
Yep.
And an outfit and some gloves, and it was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm playing Payday 3. I did not pre-order it at that time, but I knew I was going to play it eventually, so I was like, yeah, whatever, get me on.
Yeah, sign me up. Because you might as well pre-register.
That Nebula integration, that cross-play decision, as we'll get, we'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute. That Payday 3 decision was going to be their downfall.
Yeah.
And if you check Payday 3 reviews as of 9:01 p.m. on October 17th, 2023, you'll be looking at a sad display. Something real tragic, something not light.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this right now and you are checking the Steam reviews at 9:01 p.m. on October 17th, stop listening to this podcast. We don't want you to be a fan if you have the ability to go back in time like that. That's really scary.
Okay, look, I'm not involved. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Just leave me out of it. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll take the blue pill. I'll take the blue pill.
Send me back. Put me back in. Oh man. So for us who pre-ordered it, the Payday 3 launch, I mean, this might be a hot take, but for the pre-order people on PC only, because God, PlayStation had their own set of issues, but for PC only, it was blissful. I mean, I played for 11 hours straight the day it came out, and I think you were there with me for maybe 7 of them or 8.
It was. I don't remember my schedule that day, but I was there for a lot of it. I played on day.
Yeah, it's good.
It worked. It
Yeah.
worked. We got in. We rolled that shit. We watched the cutscenes. All
Yep.
right. We played the game. We unlocked the AK,
Yep.
and we beat the game in one night.
That's true. That's true. Now, mind you, I mean, we're not running all overkill on day one, but I don't. I think by the time we got out of the first mission, we stopped running normal missions
I
because
think we cleared it on hard. At the least.
you're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah. We definitely did it on hard.
I know I had been playing, like, as soon as I could get my hands on it, I started playing and I started leveling up. Which, I mean, it's crazy how we can be talking so positively about Payday 3, but each thing we talk about has its own set of issues. Like I just said, leveling up, and as of this recording, the community hates the level up system.
When you're listening to this, when our empires exploded, you're going back like, oh, I gotta watch the first episode. Wow, what nostalgia! Please, that leveling system is going to be so much better than what we have now. Okay, you don't understand what it's like today.
Yeah, it's
You
a
gotta-
sad state.
I could just break it down right now. Just
Do
get
it.
into it.
Break it down.
This leveling system, woo! Payday 2. All right, comparison, because the context. Payday 3, I bet they would love, Overkill would love to be free of the context in which Payday 2 put them in. Because if you isolated Payday 3, it would stand a lot stronger. The people would not be bitching about lack of content across the board. But Payday 2 was very XP focused. You were awarded XP on heist completion, which was segmented in like individual actions that you did in game. In each heist had their own set XP values that would increase by whatever factor per difficulty. And that congruent XP that you earned from playing the game, from playing those heists, was applied to your level, that you would level up, unlock all the guns, as well as earn, obviously, the money that you spend to buy the guns.
Yep.
And you would go infamy over and over until you get to... Once was the infamy, it's like COD prestiges. So you go up to 100, you reset, go up to 100, you reset, add a point to the infamy counter. It was 5, 25, 100.
And it sounds
Payday
monotonous,
3,
but it was really fun to do that.
Yeah, they had such a strong gameplay loop, and they toned at launch, the first 5 infamies, you sacrificed all of your money and guns. You had to unlock it almost completely.
Yeah, it was brutal.
I think they gave you a flat XP bonus.
Yep.
Every infamy, so it got exponentially easier. But then after the 5th infamy, it was basically free. It was free to your guns would relock. You have to re-unlock your skills and your guns, but it would not take your money, which was a big thing, and it would not take away your guns. You just have to re-unlock them.
Yeah.
Payday 3 said, "Fuck that." Even though that at the end of Payday 2's life cycle, which would be right before Payday 3, it was they had shined that turd to a polished sheen. They said, "Fuck all that. We're gonna go to Call of Duty calling card challenges and make that the backbone of the progression."
Yeah.
So you don't get XP by doing anything in heists. You only get money from heists. Only.
Yep.
Well, weapon XP, but I will get into weapon XP in a moment.
Yeah.
The level XP in which you unlock masks, skills, guns, the whole progression arc, you still have to buy your guns with money you get in game, and that's okay. That's still direct rewards, but the leveling, it'll take you up to 150 plus, I think, is when you stop getting rewards. The main progression arc, when you unlock the last skill at level 72 and the last gun at level 74 or something like that.
I think last skill is flat 100, because I know I'm at 85 right now, and I think I have 2 more skill points to unlock, I believe. which is brutal because you'd think like level 85 out of 150 levels, like hey, it's up there, but you still got some ways to go. But what Alex is about to, or what Alex really already has explained about the progression, if you get to level 85, you've already done so much shit in the game that it becomes a really, really intensive focus just to do certain challenges, some of which are, like for instance, there's a challenge for Touch the Sky, where you escape while holding 4 hostages. I think that's a challenge and an achievement. It's so hard to do because everyone just always ends up shooting their own hostages, and you can only do it at the end of the game. I think there's only 8 hostages you can even get in the map. So then you end up playing Touch the Sky, which is a fine heist, just to do one thing that will give you 100 XP, and it probably won't even kick you over to the next level. So it's hard to get those last 2 XP points from 85 to 100.
All of your XP gain is locked behind these challenges that are like a lot of them you will complete by diversifying your loadout and just playing through the heist on different difficulties. And that'll probably get you up to a respectable level that maybe a lot of players would just stop at. But if you seek to progress to the max extent, which I think the most of the vocal Payday players will be trying to reach, the pool in which you pull from these challenges that award you, they're not level gaining challenges, these are XP gaining challenges, so you'll get 1/10 of a level by just doing one of these.
Yeah.
You'll have to start getting 500 hip fire shots with a certain pistol just to get fucking 5% XP. You'll have to do every heist on every difficulty in every way.
Upwards of 100 times.
They have challenges, long-term challenges for beating a single heist on a single difficulty 150 plus times.
Yeah.
Which every heist is 20 to 30 minutes, times that by 150, you see the long-term problem.
Yeah.
And I don't mind long-term progression goals for people who have unfeasible amounts of time to shoot for, because I do the Call of Duty grind every year, so like I'm one to talk. But
yeah.
when you lock the basic progression behind these things that are increasingly hard to obtain, it's only for the tryhards, and it leaves out a lot of people who would still like to see to the end of the content, which includes all the masks and guns and stuff, who just want to fucking kick back after a long shift in the mines and just play a couple of heists before going to bed. And they got to look up challenge tutorials and fucking tedious grinds.
Yep.
They use every gun in the game. Even if some people play the games, some people play shoot games, Call of Duty shoot games, and they only use fucking pistols. They only use shotguns, and they don't want to use anything else. Yep. But in Payday 3, you have to do everything, which completely segregates people who only play a certain way, which is a very valuable user base that you have to consider when you're trying to market to a very diverse set of people.
Oh yeah. Payday 3, Payday fans in general, it's a huge fan base, and I can't tell you how many. I mean, one of my favorite things to do when you and I were growing up is we would join Payday 2 lobbies and just get in the text chat and just start tearing it up, and not even like being offensive, but just confusing people. Starting conversations that have no need to be started in a Payday 2 text chat. Man.
There was an energy in Payday 2 text chats that you couldn't find most anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
I mean, love would blossom, friendships would end. It was a real thriller. It was a real drama comedy out there.
People would call you slurs for joining Shadow Raid late and making them go loud. Like, even if you don't mean to.
If you joined a heist and you had an ammo bag instead of a medic bag, they kick your ass. You're out of there. You're gone. No mercy.
Kicking people.
Not to
and
say
getting kicked. Oh, love it.
Not to say that those, not in like a you wouldn't last in Modern Warfare lobbies kind of way, because those that sentiment is just racist. But it was genuinely a different time. People were lethal out there because the kick button, the ban button, was 2 mouse clicks away. There was no votes. It was host determined. And in Payday 3, you don't even have votes. You can't kick bad players if out of lobbies at all.
Yeah.
Even though there's a vote to restart still. That's kind of like a little like esoteric.
Yep.
There are situations, thankfully it hasn't happened to me yet, where people will stall till the end of heist. They'll get stuck. They'll prevent the objective from ever being completed. They'll get stuck in spots that no cops could ever kill and nobody could ever hurt them. And they just like, it's like MVM trolls where they just basically it's you versus them, and
Yep.
your success in that mission is contingent on whether or not they let you win.
Yeah. And the Payday community right now it's already a hornet's nest. So, you know, the amount of people you'll bump into that have the chance of just flying off the handle because of the aggravation they feel from the game is heightened. So you have to be careful going into Payday lobbies, because you never know if someone's going to get in the text chat and be like, I fucking hate this guy. I can't stand playing with this person. You never know if someone's going to, you know, undo your relay, undo your bag relay, or eat all of the armor bag charges just to make sure no one else gets one.
Payday 3 is much more of a team game than Payday 2 is. There's a lot less self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
And as a consequence, that comes with people having the ability to be more obstructive than they used to.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think it's important that we do give credit where credit's due, right? Because I think, I mean, is it a hot take to say that you and I are both fans of Payday 3, even at the state that it's in?
I had a good time. Let me check my playtime right now.
Because I think it's a splendid
almost
game.
50 hours.
Oh my gosh, I think I need
I
to
think
check
you're
mine.
at like 70 or something.
I'm at 101. Yeah. I play a lot of Payday. What can I say? I'm a you know, that Payday 3, that's my clown motel. Can we get an LPC? Ding! LPC reference.
Ding! Ding!
But yeah, so I mean, all things said, we enjoy Payday. And it's something that we're hopeful for the future of, but disappointed by the current state of. Does that sum it up for you?
I think people, the common majority genuinely thinks that this is a game that has a very solid foundation.
Heck yeah.
And I think that this game is super satisfying to play, and if it had more long-term goals, infamy levels, or like at this point I'd even take a battle pass if they wanted, because it would at least give me something to do.
Yeah.
The foundation is so there, and thankfully modding wasn't killed. That was a big fear before launch, was that modding would be killed.
Yeah.
Which modding is now maybe a little more annoying, because you have to install the Unreal launcher, and
Yeah.
you have to install Unreal Engine to do most of it. But you can still make the female characters have huge asses. You can still change the music. You can still put funny JPEGs in the game.
Yep.
Plenty of funny JPEGs. Hayden, put your favorite phone mod on screen right now.
My
There it
favorite
is.
phone mod is on screen, and you're looking at it, and now it's gone. I didn't even fade it out.
I don't think we should have put that on. That might actually not be good for YouTube.
Well, I mean,
maybe. Well, pixelate it. Put it back on screen, pixelate it, and then take it away.
Yeah. Okay. So really, that's our thoughts on Payday 3 as it stands. Because I'm sure we can keep saying more positive things, but one, it would most likely be regurgitated, and two, this is not a Payday 3 podcast. This is a Alex and Hayden talk about things they're interested in podcast, and there's a fucking lot of that. There's a lot of that. I think we have endless amounts of things we could talk about. There's just a finite amount of things that are actually interesting, and we don't care. We don't care at all.
Don't care. Still don't care.
If you got to this like 57, 58 minute mark or whatever, and you're thinking to yourself, these guys haven't said anything interesting, welcome to the show. And
This is, if you don't listen. Listen, if you're not a tier 3 sub by now, we don't want you. Get the fuck out of here. What the?
Go-
You think this is a free show? You want to get
Oh
some kind
my
of
God.
freeloader? Get the fuck out of here.
Go back to Armchair Expert. Go back to
All
Tiny
right.
Meat Gang. Go back to
Go back to Steven Crowder, loser. Go back to Andrew Crowd, or what the fuck? Andrew Tate. Sorry, louder with Crowder on the mind. Fuck out of here.
Andrew Crowder is like an evil Voltron of the two of them. And you know what's funny is that even though they both combined, they're still totally unfuckable. They're absolutely repugnant beings. They combined and they have no redeeming qualities.
Maybe if they were a tier 3 sub, they could gain something, maybe learn a few tips, but you
Yeah.
know.
And let's be clear, I mean, our tier 3 subs, this is not like one of those situations like you get the video cassette and it's the guy and he's standing at the bar and he's like, I'm going to teach you how to talk to women. We respect women. This is called natural tears because we're sensitive men. And, you know.
The tiers are referential, but they're real.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sobbing right now.
Listen, I mean, there's a million things we could have called this podcast that would have referenced our one true god, Longmont Potion Castle, or Longmont Potion Castle. That's a slip up I have all the time.
Mhm.
But we called it Natural Tears. One, truthfully, because I threw it out there, and Alex responded in the Discord and said, "Okay." And two, because right afterwards Alex said it's because we're sensitive men, and I think it was subconscious. Like I knew that when I pitched Natural Tears, but I think it really came to fruition when my other half and my lover, Alex, made it clear.
Asexual, aromantic lovers.
Business lovers. It's like business partners, but you know.
It's a tax thing.
It's a tax. For all of the tax we're gonna get on this podcast. Wait, no,
Fuck,
I'm gonna get taxed because you're a contractor. I'm paying you through Fiverr. I'm fucked.
Yeah, you gotta pay self-employment tax. Get owned, loser.
Oh,
What are you gonna write off? The chips you're eating? Fuck you.
What are you gonna write off? Your razor Krakens, huh? Oh man.
You got soundproofing. You got a fucking blanket over your head, pussy.
Actually, I'm sitting in the closet.
This is the only toxic masculinity you'll find is showered in irony.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Yeah.
love God. We love women. We love men.
Oh
And
man.
I think love wins. And
I definitely
you know,
agree with that.
if you're
Yeah.
racist,
Get out.
leave.
Yeah, get out. Yeah, I think.
Go to Nepal, discover something about yourself, and don't come back.
Go down under and take a walkabout with men that have immersed themselves with the natural earth. Take time to look inside yourself and look where you fit into this beautiful world that God made for us. And come back, and if you don't have a potty mouth anymore, we'll let you be a tier 3 sub.
Otherwise, walk into a meat grinder.
Yep, with the monkeys. Wow, we're so good at callbacks at this. We don't even need to make another episode after this.
How could we even call back such a better callback than that back was called?
Better call back.
Frankly, I better call Saul. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one. This was the Natural Tears podcast. We know you liked it. I know you liked it. We'll see you in the next one.
You'll
Tier
be
3
back.
subs.
Yeah.
This one's for you.
Yeah, you'll be back. Are we actually cutting it there? What is that? What is that? Are we actually cutting it?
do a fade out. You should fade that out.
Okay.